this episode, I'll be sharing the adverse effects of learning too much, which is a problem for quite a number of people, myself included just to be clear, and how to fix it. Now, hardly anyone can debate the merits of learning, but have you ever considered that one can be learning too much and how it can be counterintuitive? Don't get me wrong, I'm all for learning. I absolutely love learning, having read countless books, been to many seminars and programs, and in fact, learning is one of my highest values. It's what I do each day. However, I know all too well from my own experiences and from observing many others I've worked with what learning too much can result in. Here's why it's a major problem. If one is learning too much and hardly or not even applying that knowledge, where is the point in this? It's a complete waste of time. Wouldn't you agree? Therefore, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is only potential power. Applied knowledge is power. Learning too much and not applying the information is symptomatic of people who suffer from perfectionism, who may have the fear of failure, and they often experience paralysis by analysis. This creates doubt and hesitation. This often leads to procrastination as well. It causes one to be stuck with no end in sight. I once heard a mentor say, new products are released every day. It's like a daily moving parade, and it's the same people that buy them over and over again. This clearly explains why people have been around for many years in the learning and seminar circuit, signing up for program after program, and yet have nothing to show for it. People are simply looking for the next shiny object so that they can buy it and start afresh once again. Lying or justifying to themselves that they are being productive, when many a times we are actually delaying getting the actual work done. Busy is the word many of us use to hide behind the fact that there is activity, but no solid progress or production. I really believe many people have sufficient knowledge to just start applying so they can move forward. It's the approach of ready, fire, aim, rather than ready, aim, fire. Bear in mind we can always tweak or fine-tune things later. Let me share with you a powerful true account. There was this guy who attended an expensive annual mastermind event, one that requires a 5-figure investment, and this event lasted multiple days. Apparently in the middle of the program each day, this guy would disappear from the room, much to the amusement of the rest of the participants, who thought, how silly and stupid can this guy be, having paid for the expensive mastermind and not staying throughout to absorb all the speaker had to share. Some years later, the speaker introduced his top student to the class, and lo and behold, it turned out to be the same guy who would always disappear off. Many scratched their head and wondered why him. Want to know his secret to being the top student? Well, this top guy shared every time he disappeared, he was actually going to his hotel room where his team were waiting for him, so he could share his latest learnings with them and they would immediately apply them in their businesses. Incredible, eh? Needless to say, this top guy's result is phenomenal and is a 7 to 8 figure income earner. Notice he did not allow himself to get stuck with too much learning and having little to no implementation or application. I heard it somewhere. Most people have a 9-to-1 ratio. 9 units of learning to 1 unit of action taken. And that won't do. Not if you want to be truly productive. The magic ratio is 1:1. Basically 1 unit of learning, 1 unit of action. Every time we learn something that's applicable and feasible, we need to do it as quickly as possible, with as little delay as possible. Speed of implementation really is the key to success. For many of the ultra achievers, they don't overthink or overanalyze. Speed of implementation is the time between you hearing something and time you actually put it into action, into practice, right? General George S. Patton said, "A good plan, violently executed now, is better than a perfect plan next week." I used to have a quote printed on my name card over 12 years ago. It says, "To know and not to do is not yet to know. To know and not to do is not yet to know." In closing, I'd like to ask, do you have this issue of learning too much and not applying the information? If this issue is a major problem for you, I invite you to reach out at kelvinchan.org. I can probably assist you to get unstuck and progress powerfully. I recently helped someone at the time of this recording who was literally stuck for the last 4.5 months with hardly any progress due to this exact problem we've been talking about. Assisted him get over his mental blocks through my method, and within a few short days, he's taken more action than he did in the last 4.5 months. I couldn't be prouder of him. Thank you for listening to this episode, and I trust you'll apply it in your own life. Thank you. Hey, thank you for listening. Do take a moment now and like this episode, leave a comment, and also subscribe to not miss out on new episodes. Once done, check out your next episode. Want to connect? Do so at kelvinchan.org and also on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. Stay well and talk soon.